Hello everybody. So today I had filmed out a totally other episode, which you will probably be seeing next week. That's why I'm going to look approximately the same and wearing the same clothes in next week's episode. But first, very important news that I needed to get to you right away. This is Spoonflower shutting down? So hot off the press, there is some new information for you guys that I wanted to get to you. You may have seen it in the Facebook groups, but if you don't follow certain Spoonflower groups, you might not know this information, and I want you to have it right away so you don't sink your time and resources into something that's not going to come to anything. So what is the news? Okay, according to the Triangle Business Journal, 2 years after buying Spoonflower, Shutterfly is closing down its Durham plant. You heard it. For those of you who do Spoonflower print on demand, fabric, or wallpaper, you probably know that for the past, I don't know, as long as I have been involved, all of the operations appear to be coming out of North Carolina and Durham. There's been so much news about things ramping up, and yet today we find out Shutterfly is permanently closing its production facilities in Durham. Now, there was a couple of comments on a Facebook group that I follow saying that the last couple of orders they received came out of Arizona. Yesterday, I actually opened my filler yard that did not have the maximum number of designs, and I did a little video, me opening my filler yard. And I haven't even looked yet where it came from. I threw the receipts out. I didn't even pay attention. I just assumed it came from North Carolina like it always does, but probably not. So according to this article, this is going to be a permanent shutdown. Separations are going to start in July, and the building is going to be permanently closed in December. So it goes on about the implications for employees, which, as sad as it is, probably isn't your main concern if you're watching this. It fills in some background information. It notes that Shutterfly agreed to purchase Spoonflower for $225 million in 2021. At the time, Spoonflower CEO Michael Jones said Shutterfly made clear that they have been watching Apple's and Google's of the world invest in the Research Triangle area, and they believe that continuing to expand here will help all jobs, whether it's engineering or operations, you name it. At the time, executives sold the buyout as a move that would create more jobs in the region and increase visibility in the Triangle. So this article is clearly focused on the economic impact in North Carolina, not really on Spoonflower designers, as you can tell. But this article does say it's unclear what the shutdown of the facility means for the Spoonflower brand going forward. The company moved into the Alston Avenue facility in 2021 as part of an expansion. So Jones, now the chief consumer officer at Shutterfly, did not immediately return a request to comment, nor did the company. Spoonflower was founded by Garth Davis and Stephen Fraser in 2008. It grew to be a platform where artists could earn commissions by creating designs to be digitally printed on fabric, wallpaper, and home decor, as you know. So next week I'm going to be doing a little bit of an article about artificial intelligence specifically, and how easy it is now for people, even non-artists, to create amazing looking patterns in just seconds. And we've seen what's happened with other types of print-on-demand companies like Redbubble, Society6, TeePublic, and the changes that they've had to make. But up until recently, we've only heard about Spoonflower kind of ramping up their production and adding more product lines and more substrates. So this might be nothing at all, but I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get the word out there to you. I know the article is behind a paywall, but someone nicely posted it and I'm sharing it with you here. Hopefully we can talk to Spoonflower and get an answer soon about what's happening. Perhaps they are just moving their production to Arizona outsourcing to other locations, but with everything that's happening with other print-on-demand companies, it wouldn't surprise me if this is a harbinger of something else more dramatic to come. You know, that said, I've got a lot of sales myself this week on Spoonflower, so for the moment, things are still happening, but I would really like to know what's going on before I spend my time posting more and more designs and especially proofing them on the platform. If any of you happen to have news, I know you might not be watching this episode as it comes out, but as you have news, please add it to the comments below. Also put your questions below, and maybe we can help each other figure out what's going on here. Thank you so much for watching. If you got value from this episode, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Next week, I'll be coming to you, unless there's another more urgent thing coming along, about the specifics of using artificial intelligence for print on demand, including specifically repeat pattern design for print-on-demand companies like Spoonflower, whether this is ethical, whether this is something you might want to do, how easy is it? So I'll be looking forward to seeing you next week in that episode, and until next time, keep creating.